In all of my past relationships, there's always been a strong emphasis on sex. And I didn't even really know it at the time. The relationships that I've had that were like a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, there's always a strong emphasis on sex. And I didn't really realize that until a few months ago. And it's been more than a few months since I was in my last relationship, but I didn't experience romantic love by itself. There was always that feeling that sex was a big part of it because that's what I sought. I'm a very passionate person, and sex was a big part of my life for a long time. And I'm starting to evolve past that need. It's a slow going process. I mean, I still enjoy it, but I'm starting to evolve past that need because it is a very physical need, a desire that isn't related to a person as far as who they are, but what they can provide to us physically. And I met a friend that's very dear to me now. That I think I met a few months, 4 or 5 months ago. That has helped me really understand what romantic love is without the need for sex, without the necessity for a relationship to last being based on at least partly on sex. This has been very interesting. As far as my spiritual development goes, I'm far more spiritually and mentally and intellectually developed than I am romantically. All of my relationships have been very basic, and not necessarily by my own choice, just by me not being able to understand what it is to truly romantically love without having a strong sexual element. And I do take responsibility for a lot of that, but the women that I was with also had a hand in just desiring that part of our relationship, whereas I have learned recently that I really need the romantic side. I don't necessarily need the physical sex side. Hugs, kisses are great, but the physical sex side is not something that is needed for me. I still enjoy it, but to get to one's heart, to get to one's own essence, and connect that essence with another, there has to be more of an emphasis on who we are as people, what we can provide each other as far as a spiritual connection, a deep emotional connection, and that is very valuable. And I think I found that with a very good friend that I met not too many months back, and I'm very thankful to that friend. Love has always been touch and go with me. I'm schizophrenic, so I have some emotional problems that are pretty well under control at this point. And for most of my life, I couldn't really understand the relationships between people because it was really hard for me to communicate socially. I've gotten much better at it recently, as some of you might have noticed. But for a long time, it was very hard for me to communicate, very hard for me to connect to other people, very hard for me to find some kind of commonality with my peers. And that really hurt. And when I found out that, I could have sex and have at least physically close relationship, I just went after that this was years back, but for years. And it was very unfulfilling, and all those relationships ended badly. They all hurt when they ended, and there felt like there was nothing gained from them, but maybe a few fond memories. And I've been observing people for a long time. I've been a people watcher my whole life, even when I was a little kid. I've been trying to understand people, why they do what they do, why they accept certain beliefs from those around them, and why they reject others from people they don't know as well, or why they accept certain political beliefs, or how they communicate with friends and loved ones, and trying to figure out how to do that myself, because when I was a kid, it was very difficult, very, very difficult, because I'm schizophrenic, and schizophrenics have a hard time with these things. But I started to notice that people, even when they were born, all the way through when many die, most people don't really know who their wife or husband is, or their boyfriend or girlfriend is, or even their children are, their entire lives. People don't dig deep within each other. And this breaks my heart. I don't think people are bad because of this. I just think that people don't know how to dig deep within each other, don't know how to relate on a deeper level. And it breaks my heart. It really does. And I've been observing this for so many years. I mean, since I was a little kid, I started to realize that people don't try and understand each other deeply because they're not even aware that there is a greater depth. And I'm not necessarily talking about the soul or the spirit. I'm talking about someone's motivations, somebody's foundation of understanding for either religious or social beliefs, or the personality traits that have roots far in the past, or far into what somebody wants, what somebody desires. And people should follow those roots back to their source more often, and each other should care to. I mean, you don't force somebody to, but they should care to. We should care to, because I don't do it all the time either. I have friends that I don't know as much as I should know, because I haven't followed the actualization of their personalities back to the root where it comes from. And I guess my message is, I've learned a lot from a friend that I met not too many months ago that I like quite a bit. She's wonderful, and she's helped me to understand what it is to romantically like somebody without having that need for sex. And it's a great experience. It's a great realization, and I'm sure she'll watch this. But you know who you are, and I thank you very much. And I encourage everybody out there to try and dig deeper into their friends and family, to your friends and family, and to dig deep within yourself, your motivations, why you do this, why you believe this, how you feel in reaction to certain things, why you feel that way, and just dig deep, because there's so much fertilizer for the soul deep down in the mind and emotion that can help us progress along whatever path we're on. So, thank you very much for watching. Try and be kind, try and love each other, and always, I should say, never be afraid of uncovering things that might be uncomfortable, because those things will help you grow more than anything else. So thank you very much for watching, and you all have a great day.